Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be testing out and reviewing the new Maybelline SuperStay foundation stick. Now I love the SuperStay liquid foundation. That one I highly recommend if you're looking for a new drugstore foundation. That one along with the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop, also the CoverGirl True Blend. The drugstore brands just seem to really be stepping it up, which is why I was really excited to try this one. This foundation can be found in 16 different shades. Unlike its sister, the liquid foundation, that one can be found in 24. This one is 16, which is why I grabbed two different shades, just because I think I'm right in between these two. This one is golden and this one is buff beige. So I think I'm right in between, which is why I'm going to mix them. Hopefully it ends up looking okay. So this foundation retails for $11.99, so $12 US. You get 0.25 ounces worth of product, which is a quarter of the amount that you normally would get with a liquid foundation. This has a multi-use purpose, so you can use this in order to contour, in order to highlight, as a foundation, or also as concealer. For me, I'm not going to be using this as a concealer, as contour, or highlighting. I'm simply going to be testing this out as foundation. As far as how to use it, you're supposed to be able to apply it onto the skin and then blend it out using your fingers. However, I'm going to be using my 3D HD Kabuki from Sigma. It's really soft, it's really dense, and so I am going to be able to blend out the foundation stick all over the face. So before I get started, I'm going to apply a little bit of color corrector onto the under eye area like I normally would. I'm not applying any kind of primer under this foundation, and I'm not going to be applying any kind of a setting spray on top of it. I want to see exactly what kind of coverage I get, how long it lasts, that kind of thing without any help. I do tend to get oily here along the T-zone. Other than that, I'm pretty normal everywhere else. I don't have any dryness or any dry spots, or I don't really get oily anywhere else, just mainly here. So we'll see exactly how matte we do stay throughout the entire day. This doesn't claim to be like an all-day matte foundation, but it is a cream to matte. So we'll see just how long that lasts. Okay, so now that I have my color corrector on, I'm going to apply golden first. See, I think that might be too golden. And then I'm going to apply a little bit of the buff beige in between to try to tone it down just a little bit. There's a face of foundation. I guess, you do get a quarter of an ounce with this one, but I didn't really use a whole lot. Granted, I did use two different shades, but I didn't really use a whole lot in order to cover up the entire face. So now we're just going to blend it out. Oh shoot, I forgot. I have to give you guys before and afters. Let me remove this side really quickly. Hold on. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've wiped this side off just so that I can give you some before and after close-ups. I would say that this is giving me medium coverage. However, this is doing a good job of just evening everything out. So now I'm going to zoom you all in so that you can get an up-close look at before and after. Okay, so this is what my skin looks like without any foundation on it. As you can see, just discoloration and these little veins that I have going on throughout the cheeks. And this is what it looks like after. So like I said, it just kind of evens everything out and it isn't too heavy on the skin. Okay, now let's apply this again. I feel like mixing these two really did give me a good match. So that's a plus. So it seems to blend out a lot better with my 3D HD blender as opposed to the Kabuki brush. Definitely won't be using the Kabuki brush during my next application. Okay, so I love the coverage that I'm getting. It's not too heavy and it doesn't feel like too much. It feels like just the right amount of like everyday coverage that you would need. I don't see it turning matte right now. I can still see like my lights bouncing off of the foundation. Hopefully it does turn matte here soon because like I said earlier, I do tend to get pretty oily along the T-zone and I don't want to feel like a slippery mess today. So Fingers crossed. So now I'm simply going to jump off camera in order to finish off the rest of my makeup, and I will be right back. Okay, so now I am back with a full face of makeup. So far, everything still looks great. I did have to set the foundation with a little bit of powder here along the cheeks. I don't like to apply my bronzer or my highlight on top of any kind of wet surface. And the foundation just wasn't turning matte fast enough for me, and so that is why I set it with a little bit of powder before applying my bronzer or my highlight. Aside from that though, I did not set anything else along the face. So it finally did turn matte along the forehead. It looks pretty matte. It doesn't look shiny as of right now. We'll see how long that lasts. Hopefully it does stay matte all day, but we shall see. It is currently 10:36 in the morning. I do plan on wearing this foundation for an entire 8-hour day, and I am planning on coming back halfway through the day in order to do a check-in, show you all some close-ups, and talk to you all a little bit about how the foundation has been wearing up to that point. So I will see you all back here in a few hours for my midday check-in. Okay, so I am back for my midday check-in. It is currently 2:52 in the afternoon. So I've had this foundation on now for about 4 hours. Now, before I give you my midday thoughts on the foundation, I'm going to zoom you all in so that you can get a better look at what my skin looks like with the foundation after 4 hours of wear. Okay, so we're going to start off with the forehead. I don't feel the forehead shiny. I don't feel it oily as of right now. Here is what's going on the left side of my face. Nothing has moved around. Everything is still intact. And I'm still getting good coverage out of the foundation. And I have the exact same situation going on this right side. Alright, so far so good. The foundation still looks great on the skin, and it is staying matte, so there is that. It's not moving around or doing anything that it shouldn't along the face. It's not settling into my laugh lines here. Some foundations tend to do that on me. This one is not. And yeah, overall it still looks great. Hopefully it continues to wear like this throughout the remainder of the day. I am planning on finishing out my day at around 7:30, 8 o'clock per usual. So I will see you all back here at the end of the night for my final thoughts on this new Maybelline foundation. Okay, so now I am back for my final check-in. It is currently 7:14. So I've had this foundation on now for what, almost 9 hours? 8 hours for sure, almost 9 hours. Before I get into my overall opinion of this new foundation, I'm going to zoom you all in one last time so that you can get a closer look at my skin with the foundation after almost 9 hours of wear. Okay, so this is what the forehead currently looks like. As you can see, not bad at all. I can't really see my lights bouncing off of my forehead. That's how I really know whether or not I'm really oily for that day. My lights aren't bouncing back. Everything looks pretty darn good. This is what the left side of my face currently looks like. Everything is still intact. It's still in place. The foundation has not moved around. And the same goes for the right side. So there you have it. Overall, not a bad foundation stick at all. I'm actually very surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised that it wore as nicely as it did. I really was expecting for it to not stay matte. I was expecting for it to settle onto or into my laugh lines there. I was expecting for it to just not wear as nicely as it did, but it really does wear super comfortably. It gives you nice medium coverage. I would not call this full. Perhaps you can build it up, but if you're looking for nice light medium coverage that is going to keep you nice and soft and pretty matte throughout the entire day, this foundation stick is something to consider. Definitely something to consider from the drugstore. Now, if you're looking for a full coverage, matte, comfortable foundation, its sister, the SuperStay liquid foundation, this one I would highly recommend. If not, like I said, the foundation stick works. They pretty much wear the exact same. I believe this is just more full coverage than this. So yeah, you have choices, you have options. Overall though, not bad. I really liked this foundation stick. I didn't wear it with a primer and I didn't wear it with a setting spray on top. So for it just being the foundation on the skin, it held up super nicely and it looks amazing even after 8 hours. Definitely a foundation that I would recommend. The only downside is that they only have 16 shades to choose from. I mean, I had to buy two in order to get a better match for my complexion because golden is just a little bit too deep and then buff beige would have been a little bit too light. But together they actually gave me a really good match. So that's the only downside, is that there aren't as many shades to choose from. But if you can find your shade and if you're looking for a stick foundation, this one is one that I would recommend from the drugstore. So that completes today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed this product review and that you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future product reviews, makeup tutorials, anything beauty related. And also don't forget to follow me on all of my other social media platforms where I absolutely love to interact with you all. I am All Beauty by Sarah with an H on Instagram and All Beauty by Sarah without the H on Snapchat and Twitter. As always, take care and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah! Bye.